Hello, hello, hello. How you guys doing? This is the Anonymous Puppet Network. I'm Grandmaster Evan. Uh, well, this is going to be a second half on this channel, so please bear with me. I was talking about the hearing from last week or so. Amazon, Apple, Google, and Facebook. Um, Now you got these four tech titans, tech turds from the Silicon Valley area. You have you have two that are in retail. Apple, Amazon. Amazon is most popular. People can go and buy their stuff or sell their stuff and whatnot. Um, they have more than eBay. Um, then you have Apple, who's been around since late '70s. Never thought that what they've done over the years. Really haven't thought. Home computer, cell phone, you name it, and Google, who started out as a search engine, very small search engine and shit like that. So the first the first start was Alta Vista, which is like came out in the mid to late '90s. It was like the whole new thing, and then social media came around in the late '90s. It was kind of a cool thing, back in the day, and where you had like dial-up internet and shit, and then you got Facebook, not a publisher, it's a social media platform, owned by the great grandson of John D. Rockefeller. Now, last week there was a antitrust issue with these companies, like any other type of business, automotive, TV, media, you name it, big pharma, all kinds of shit. It can get ruthless. Small businesses get put out of business. ATT should get hit with the antitrust law crap. Here they're a phone company buying out. They bought Time Warner, and I don't know. You have Disney spending a lot of fucking money, like AT&T and shit. Um, but the practice, the whole practice, man. The whole practice of being ruthless. Letting your competitor know that you're copying them, and then later on they're gonna that you're gonna buy them out. That you're gonna buy them out because you don't want competition. You need competition to grow. Okay. You need competitors who can compete with you because, for example, Ford, Dodge, and Chevy. Those three companies were, you know, um, big, heavy duty competitors. Big competitors and shit. You have uh, competing newspaper, cable news, things like that. You got competing consoles. No, you got Xbox and PlayStation. What happened to Nintendo? They haven't had a big old console in what, 15 years and shit. You had Nintendo and Sony competing in the handheld market. I mean, I tell you what, if Microsoft got involved in that shit, I tell you what, a portable Xbox, nice, be damn good idea. So, but the Silicon Valley has really overdone it. I mean, they really overdone it, and I mean, I mean, if you really want to, I mean, for example, you get for example Google. Okay, they have they have the search engine. Okay, Google has a search engine. So does Bing. So does Yahoo. So does DuckDuckGo. So does Tor. Okay. Um, but when you try to, okay, for example, okay, say you're looking for, say you're searching for something. You type it up. It could be anything. Okay, it could be anything. You type it up. Okay, type it up. Hit search, and it gives you all these different pages of this, but it's not what you're like. If you type it up on Bing and Yahoo and DuckDuckGo and Tor, because Tor also has a search engine. You type it up, you get the results you're looking for. Google does the total opposite. Okay. Now, email. Look, email. Email's been around for years. You know, Yahoo's been around for years, for over 20 years and shit. He did. You know, AOL. Well, I mean, you don't hear about AOL hardly anymore because they are the '90s go-to thing for email and shit. You know. I mean, you had different types of email services and stuff like that. Um, some are good, some are okay, but some kind of hinky. And then you have some that are where you want complete privacy and also anonymity, where you want a encrypted email service like Proton Mail, Tutanota, also Swedish secure email security type thing. You know, Yahoo. I don't know if they're starting that thing now where your email is encrypted, protected. I don't know. Gmail. A lot of people like it, but some are kind of leery and highly questionable on if the company ever read your emails. See, if the DOJ gets a search warrant for your email, say if you got Yahoo, if you got Gmail, those companies would give them your email. But if they try to do it with Tutanota, which is based out of Germany, Proton Mail, which is based out of Sweden, good luck. There's also a Swedish security email service that I use. Because I do want emails that's encrypted where I can have some privacy and shit. I like Yahoo. that the email service is pretty good, but they've had some issues over the last number of years. Google, they provide a pretty good email service, but their service is questionable and very leery to a certain degree. Now, Facebook. Okay, Facebook. Facebook also provides a pretty good service. They got the whole social media thing going on for almost 17 years. Well, about 16 years. Um, they went from a social media platform to something insane. That now they're into this, and they got Facebook this, Facebook that. They started their own messaging service. They started, which is pretty good, but what really made Zuckerberg go nuts against his company is that um, WhatsApp. It's up there with Telegram and Wicker and Signal and shit like that. People loved it until Zuckerberg, in his bitty little mind, he felt that his messaging service was being competed against by this platform that's end and encryption. He felt threatened. So he ended up buying WhatsApp, and really ruining it. The two founders of WhatsApp left because Mark Zuckerberg went fucking nuts. Okay. Now you have Snapchat and Instagram. Instagram was the main competitor to Facebook. Again, Zuckerberg, in his little mind, went fucking nuts. He threatened these two. He's copying them, which copyright infringement bullshit. Then he ends up threatening to buy him out. So two founders of the two founders of the other two companies end up working for Facebook. So the two founders of WhatsApp and Instagram left because Mark Zuckerberg does not give a good goddamn about your privacy. He doesn't give a good goddamn about anything. He's like his great-great-grandfather, John D. Rockefeller. It's in his blood. So, the mention of Snapchat, he ended up contacting the founder of Snapchat, telling him that his Facebook is copying WhatsApp, but also threatening to buy him out, which never happened. Because that would really, really suck, because Snapchat's pretty good. It's a pretty good platform. I like it. But the big question was during the hearing, what would happen if Mark Zuckerberg and Facebook bought Google? That would be a terrible idea, because Mark Zuckerberg would ruin. He would be create this market of bullshit, of bullshit. But the founders of Google would never sell. They wouldn't sell because here are two founders of Google that have totally changed the game in the tech industry. I don't think you could put Facebook as a tech company. Okay, they are a social media company. They're not a publisher. They're not a tech company. Facebook is straight up a social media platform, not a publisher. Apple's a tech company. Microsoft's a tech company. Google's a tech company. Okay. IBM is a tech company. Okay. HTC is a tech company. Alcatel is a tech company. BlackBerry is a tech company. Facebook is nothing more than just a goddamn social media platform. Bar none. No bullshit. Amazon is a retail company that owns the Washington Post, who's also into cloud computing. Well, you could say they're part tech company. Okay. Now, you can't say that Facebook's a tech company. They're not. Okay, they're social media. Okay. If they were a tech company, they'll be like Apple and Google and IBM and Microsoft and shit like that. Their service is social media. Okay, social media. Twitter, same thing. But Twitter is. Can you say they're social media? No, they're more like a news type thing. You know, it can be a social media. It can. Um, but these companies have been ruthless and very insane. Okay, big time. No bullshit. Um, can now if you look at Google, they produce a lot of shit. Mainly, they're kind of like they're basically a rival with Microsoft. Okay, they're a tech company that now if look, I like Microsoft. No bullshit. Okay, no bullshit. Um, it's right up there if you really want to understand. Okay, Apple, Google, Microsoft, IBM. Okay, straight up a tech company. What's Facebook? Social media, bar none. No bullshit. What's Amazon? A retail company where you as a consumer, also a seller, can go on there, sell your product or buy a product of your choosing. Okay, you could go to Wish, you could go to eBay, Craigslist, you name it, or you could buy a product that you're looking for. No bullshit. And the one thing that's hard about Google, okay, again, if you top up what you're looking for, that you're searching, there's a 50-50 chance you might get what you're looking for. Bing, Yahoo, DuckDuckGo, and Tor, four of the best search engines. I mean, you could type up the same thing, what you're looking for, and it's there. It's there. And now, when it comes to security, now Apple, I hope that they're not bullshitting anybody. If you own an iPhone or an iWatch, or whatever you get, I hope that they still keep up with the security of the device you own. Okay, the thing here I'm using is an iPhone SE, one of my favorite phones that Apple ever made. 13.6, iOS 13.6. Okay, this here is my daily driver. This is my Motorola Moto E6. It's my daily driver. It's using the Android software. It's the newer version, Android 9, I think, uh, or is it 9 or 10 or whatever it is. It's the newer version. I got it around October. Was it September, October of late 2019? It's I paid $150 for it. I consider it a budget phone. Um, I mean, Android, the software is open source, which is I think it's a good idea. Microsoft is doing that, did that for the computers. Now, what killed Microsoft was Apple and Google. Um, if Apple, no, if Microsoft was like Google with their phones and gave you, the consumer, a huge unlimited choice of apps and tools and stuff for your device, and Apple's also has a bigger choice of apps and tools and stuff for your phone, because you can connect your phone to your laptop, to your computer, and your console. Well, I don't know a console because Apple doesn't make a console for games and stuff like that. But if you have an Android device, say a tablet or phone, you could connect it to your Windows, your Microsoft computer that runs on Windows 7, 8, 8.1, and Windows 10. Um, Now, Microsoft is no longer supporting Windows 7. Okay. Now, I don't know what's happening after the hearing of those four CEOs and shit. Could they be broken up? Uh, the odds are kind of weird. Um, Very weird. Um, it's questionable, but I'm just going to sit back and kind of see what happens from there. You know, just see what happens from there. Um, but whatever happens, happens. If it doesn't happen, doesn't happen. If it does, it does. So I'm not gonna, you know, whatever. So, all right, folks. This is good old Grandmaster Evan here, and this is the Anonymous Republic Network. Right. Peace out.